The last few years have not been good for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as the disastrous Phase 4 led into Phase 5 of the MCU, with box office disappointments everywhere, streaming shows that people are increasingly not interested in, as Disney Plus loses $1 billion each and every quarter. And when you look at ticket sales, when you look at engagement, the audience has been walking away from the Disney MCU. We've heard from the fans that people are clearly upset. They think there's a big decline in quality from what they were used to with the MCU before all this nonsense. Well, now even people who have worked with Marvel, who have worked with the MCU, have things to say about it. We talked about the stuntman for Daredevil, the longtime Charlie Cox stuntman, who spoke out about how he really felt like they destroyed the character in She-Hulk, and he's not looking forward to what they're doing in the Daredevil show. Well, he's also revealed some other things about what's going on at Marvel, the massive problems behind the scenes, specifically with one show that absolutely no one was asking for, that no one wants, and likely is going to be a nightmare for them, Echo. We talked about this for the last several months. It seemed like there were major production problems. It seemed like with the delays, with supposed rewrites and reshoots, that this series was a nightmare for them. And sure enough, once the announcement came out that it's not going to be a weekly release, that they were going to drop all episodes on Disney Plus just on one day, it almost seemed like they were hoping people would just forget that they even thought about ever putting this out. Well, now we have it from, again, this Marvel stuntman who has all of these inside connections, who's been working on these sets, all this stuff. This is what he's saying about Echo, that it was so bad that they almost decided to just scrap it. They almost just decided to give it the Batgirl treatment. Now, in retrospect, it looks like Batgirl might have done better than The Flash, at least in terms of money lost for DC, if they had decided to stick with that instead of Ezra Miller's The Flash. But look at the headline. Marvel Studios planned to give Echo the Batgirl treatment, probably saved it to serve as filler during WGA writer strikes. Now, again, the first part of this is going over a lot of the stuff I briefed you about earlier in terms of the She-Hulk appearance for Daredevil, what they're doing with Daredevil going forward. It was at this point that in his criticism, the stuntman nonchalantly revealed Echo's close call. Quote, "Echo isn't out yet, but I've heard it's just as bad," said Brewster. "I'd heard they were going to Batgirl it because they weren't happy with it, and now they're doing reshoots. They're planning on airing it, but I think that could also do with the fact that there's a strike and there's not a lot of content right now. So they're like, well, we have it made already." And just think about it, right? The article, the Bounty article, continues to go into, Jeff Schneider talking about this. All the reports we've heard in the past that Kevin Feige thought this was a disaster, that they basically reshot the entire thing and they just want to dump it on Disney Plus to get people to forget about it. But when you make all these announcements about these characters no one gives a fuck about, well, Miss Marvel is one thing, right? That's a character that's failed over and over again in the comics. So clearly, it did not do well on Disney Plus, the lowest rated Marvel series. That's a character that no one was really interested in seeing. Well, now you got an Ironheart show, another character no one is interested in seeing. Echo series, no one is asking for that, but they can't miss an opportunity to do a woman of color who's disabled, right? They can't miss that opportunity to push that out there, even though no one will watch it. Same thing with this Agatha series, right? All these series that they've announced that there's zero fucking interest in. Secret Invasion ratings should be a wake-up call for them. The fact that that's doing so miserable, even when you have Samuel L. Jackson back as Nick Fury, yet no one is paying attention to that. And it looks like the Echo series might be the worst of the worst because they thought about just scrapping it all together. That does not bode well for what's coming in the future of Marvel and the MCU. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.